When we engage with the scriptures, we're hearing the message about Jesus and we actually grow in faith because of it. For all history, Orthodox Christians have viewed scripture as an authoritative source of teaching about God, and it's not any different for us now. Hey, welcome to the Bible Keys channel. And as we get ready to jump into a new year, wrapping up 2024, we're getting ready to jump into 2025. Most of you that are following or subscribing on this channel, you're here because I've been doing these daily reminders to read the Bible every day. And as we get ready to jump into the new year, I was just thinking, how could we take advantage of the momentum that a new year always creates and talk a little bit about some practices that we can maybe be more intentional about? Maybe you're already intentional about these, and it's just a good reminder, or maybe we can be more intentional about them going into the new year so that we can be growing spiritually. And so I want to take just a couple videos. This is going to be the first one, and just talk about a lot of times, there's not some secret new thing that we have to be doing to get better in an area of our lives. What it really is, it's the same old things that we've known the whole time that we just have to practice with a new level of dedication, with a new level of intentionality. And so the things that you're going to hear in these couple videos, probably not brand new to you. They're probably not something that you don't already know, but it's just going to be an encouragement or a nudge to do the same things that we know to do, but to do them with a new fervency, with a new level of zeal, with a new level of dedication, discipline, intentionality, whatever word you want to use, whatever descriptor you want to use. But so the first thing, and it's obviously, this is just going to go right along with the name of my YouTube channel, right? But it's going to be Bible reading. It's super important if we want to grow spiritually to be reading the Bible. And so I'm going to use one of those verses that you can probably, if you've been in church for any length of time, or you've been a Christian for any length of time, you probably already know what verse I'm going to use. And I'm only going to use really one or two verses here because I want to keep these videos pretty short. But I'm going to use it anyways, even though it might be a little cliche, because it's cliche for a reason. It's a great verse. It talks to us about why the Bible is important. And it's 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 16 and 17. It says, "All scripture is inspired by God, is profitable for teaching, for rebuking, for correcting, for training in righteousness, so that the man of God may be complete, equipped for every good work." So the truth is, when we get in the Bible regularly, when we're reading the scriptures regularly, we're actually being taught, we're actually being rebuked and corrected and trained in righteousness. And one of the places I think, especially, I was going to say especially now, but maybe this has been true for like all time, for all ages, is I think that um, we like to, and by we, I just mean humans, people, I think we like to try to redefine God in terms that we understand, or we try to reform God, so to speak, into our own image. We try to make God make sense for us, for our culture, for the way that we view the world and operate in the world. And one of the things that the scriptures do when we engage in them is that it actually teaches us, it rebukes us, it corrects us from changing God into our image. And it reminds us that it's we who are supposed to change into God's image, right? He created us in his image, not the other way around. And when we begin to engage with the scriptures and we see something that's challenging to us, and we're tempted to write that thing off or to try to redefine it to make it make sense for our culture, one of the things that we're reminded by this scripture specifically is that God has actually revealed himself to us. We're not making up details about who God is, but he revealed himself to us in history. Primarily for Christians, we look to Jesus, to the life, the ministry, the death and the resurrection and the ascension, right, of Jesus as revelation of God's character and God's will. Well, we don't get to redefine that. We get to look at God's revealed self-declaration, self-definition. He's revealing himself to us, and then we actually get corrected by that. And I think that's really important for us. And I think it's one of the key reasons that we engage in the scriptures. It's so that God can reveal himself to us on his own terms. We don't get to make God fit our terms. And so when we regularly engage with the scriptures, when we read it, when we study even what the people, the believers, the patristic fathers, the people who have gone before us, who have studied it, and we get to see what they say about it. When we study all these things, we're taught about God, our relationship with him, the areas where we've attempted to make God into our own image. Those things are laid bare. They're shown for what they are. And then we're reminded again that it's we who are made in his image, not the other way around. It's that there are places in our lives where we need to submit to him. We need to align ourselves to his revealed will. And we're corrected in our wrong belief and in our wrong action and our wrong thinking and our wrong worship. And so we're trained and equipped to be who God has made us to be, to accomplish what God would have us accomplish. And then Romans 10:17, it says this: faith comes from what is heard, and what is heard comes through the message about Christ. And so where is it that we have the earliest and the most faithful message about Christ? It's in the Gospels. It's in the Scriptures. And in his book, Jesus and the Eyewitnesses, Richard Bauckham makes the case that the Gospels are eyewitness testimony, early biographies of Jesus' life and ministry and resurrection. And people can say all kinds of things about Jesus now. People make the case for a historical Jesus as opposed from like a mythological Jesus. It's a Jesus that is devoid of anything that smacks of the supernatural, anything miraculous, anything like that. But the eyewitnesses of Jesus, they didn't call him a prophet. They didn't just call him a moral teacher. Thomas, right, in John 20:28, famously says to Jesus, "My Lord and my God." So the earliest accounts we have of Jesus aren't accounts of just a moral teacher, a philosopher, a prophet. They are accounts of God made flesh. And so when we engage with the Scriptures, we're hearing the message about Jesus, and we actually grow in faith because of it. For all history, Orthodox Christians have viewed Scripture as an authoritative source of teaching about God, and it's not any different for us now. And so I just want to encourage you and maybe nudge you in the right direction. It's the same thing we've been doing all year this year. If you've been following my channel, is make it a habit every single day to be getting in the Scriptures, to be reading. And even when things are challenging or they're hard to understand or you're not sure what's going on, the process of working through those things and beginning to understand them, it's going to help you grow in your relationship with God. So, hey, that's it. If you enjoyed this video or it's helpful to you, go ahead and click follow or subscribe. And I am going to go ahead and keep doing daily Bible reminders on shorts throughout the rest of this year and going into 2025. And I don't know, forward for as long as I can, but go ahead and click follow and subscribe if you want those little shorts in your feed as well. Thank you guys for watching. Comment below. Is this helpful? Is there something that you disagree with? Is there something that you have found helpful as you begin to build the process of reading the Bible every day in your own life, beginning to build that practice? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And hey, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.